The population of France has skyrocketed to nearly 30 million people in the past century. Though food shortages and diseases have decreased, 90% of the peasants remain below the subsistence level, barely able to make enough for their family survival. The nobility and ruling class continue to impose land taxes and other fees on the third estate, while peasants struggle under the burden the upper classes are placing on them.
Curse the aristocrat and the clergy! Why must we suffer while they stay in their castles and hunt?
I want change!
You could tell that to the king.
I wish we could, mon frere, but we have no freedom to do so. I don't like those drapes, they're tacky.
But sire, this veranda doesn't have drapes.
Then get some drapes.
But
I have the power here. I am an autocrat who doesn't care for the needs of his people, so just get some drapes with you or it's off to the guillotine.
Yes, sire, of course, sire. My sincerest apologies.
Meanwhile, the situation in the city is difficult as well. France is spiraling into a state of deficit because of the king's lavish spending and participation in the American Revolution. In addition, paper money begins to decrease in value each day, complicating the lives of many civilians. Because of the plight of the Third Estate, the estate has broken from the Estates General and formed a new coalition called the National Assembly in order to give rights to the common people. Jacques Necker, who was sympathetic towards the Third Estate, had been dismissed by Louis XIV. The beginning of the French Revolution was marked on July 14, 1789.
Hey, Gateman, give us your walk.
Go away!
We now call for the first meeting of the Assemblée Nationale. First order of business is to hear the call of the people, and the people call for equal rights. I say we draw inspiration from the American Revolution and Enlightenment.
Well, as human beings, we're all born with the rights that are to be held universal.
That's good. Someone write this down.
These rights are to be valid at all times and in every place because they pertain to human nature itself.
That's good enough.
These documents should become a basis for this nation, creating free individuals who are protected equally by law.
Excuse-moi, monsieur, how much does that bread cost?
50 rupees.
But that's much too expensive.
I'm sorry, but the economy and free choice to do so.
Nonsense! There's no way that can happen to us. We're already poor enough already.
And so, from the Assemblée Nationale, we bring to you the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. For life, liberty, and fraternity.
Vive la France!
With the recent surge of the nationalistic views, radicals such as the Jacobins took power over the general public. They formed the conventions as their ruling party led by Maximilien Robespierre, who single-handedly controlled the affair. In addition, the convention sent Louis XVI and his wife to the guillotine, thereby ending the French monarchy. They reigned by terror and executed nearly 40,000 people who threatened the convention. However, Robespierre's plan eventually caved in itself when he was executed by his own party. Afterwards, a new ruling party called the Directory rose to power, only to fall to the arrival of the French Consulate, which consisted of Napoleon Bonaparte and others. This new party was seen as most important in French history, but soon Bonaparte took power for himself and established himself as Emperor of France. The newly coronated Emperor of France was seen as a liberal leader as opposed to the previous nationalists and conservatives like Maximilien Robespierre. Napoleon was loved by the French, even if their wants for change were never met. However, through the French Revolution, political ideology was introduced and left lasting marks on the rest of the world.